So there's one final thing I kind of wanted to show off that it just came in the mail today. I got myself the Virtual Boy. It's my newest 32-bit console. So yeah, Virtual Boy, me, Virtual Boy, and more. And I gotta say, so far, I'm liking it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of an underrated system, so I figured I'd give it a try because it's kind of my thing. This controller, you got your A, B buttons here. Start and select over here. This is actually the battery pack on the back here, and you got your on and off switch here. You actually power the system through the controller. Also, it's kind of that GameCube style, so like when you're holding it, it's kind of the, and there's two trigger buttons back here as well, you can use for different games. So yeah, overall it's pretty cool. You get two D-pads up here, which is sort of strange, kind of a weird design choice. I would have personally just probably gone with the analog. That would have been my way of doing it, but 2D pads is kind of strange, but only a few games use it, so it's not that bad. Yeah, and I'm really excited about this because I just got this today. Maybe I'll do some reviews on these games in the future, but there's lots of reviews out there. So, of course, I got the classic Mario Tennis, which is, it's really good. It's basically the launch game tech demo, like the Wii Sports of this. It's supposed to show off the Virtual Boy, that kind of game. The one that people remember a lot from the Virtual Boy. That's this game, Mario Tennis. It's basically tennis. That's all I can really say about it. The Virtual Boy is all in red, so that's what I wanted to say, that the graphics on it are really remarkable for a 32-bit system. That's some PlayStation shit right there. I mean, Mario Tennis, yeah, really good. Then we got the second game here, Teller Boxer, which I haven't really gotten into it yet. It's pretty fucking hard. So it's kind of like Punch Out, which I also have for the NES, and I was never any good at that. It's one of those games you have to memorize, the button patterns or whatever, and definitely just it's a very hard game. So I'm gonna play more of these eventually. So anyway, it's just kind of a Punch Out, clone. But you get to be robots, which is pretty fucking cool. Whatever. It's really hard though, so yeah. Next up we got Wario Land. Everyone says it's like the best game for the Virtual Boy. It's pretty good. Like I said, I haven't played very much of any of these games yet. That's why these are first impressions. Really strikes me as just typical side scroller, Mario sort of game. But yeah, it's really cool. 3D is pretty good because you can help into the background, which is interesting. This one, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's just basically a platformer kind of game, but from what I hear, it's really good. So definitely, I'm gonna play a lot more of that to really give some good thoughts on it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, we got Mario Clash. This one's basically kind of a remake of the original 1983 Mario Brothers. That one, not Super Mario Brothers, but Mario Brothers. The one where you're down in the sewers and you're jumping on, turtle shells and Goombas and shit. Were there Goombas in that game? I don't fucking remember that. The turtle shells and the spiky shells and that kind of stuff. I played this one. I actually like this one. This one's actually pretty fun. From what I hear, it's 99 levels long, just like the original. So it's supposedly the longest Virtual Boy game there is, which is cool. So I mean, a lot of people complain about that. Yeah, that's another thing with the Virtual Boy though. A little Virtual Boy here. People have been saying, you're gonna get headaches from it or whatever, and I haven't yet, there was an automatic pause feature in the Virtual Boy, which it strikes me as odd because it doesn't affect me like it does some people. So I don't know, I just, doesn't do headaches to me, so that's good. But anyway, Mario Clash, yeah, basically it's a remake of the 1983 Mario Brothers. There's two, separate planes, kind of like on, Wario Land, how that one worked. You can jump into the background and then jump foreground again. Then they have like these platforms that are above each side of the screen, so it's kind of like a 3D kind of back and forth. And you have to like kind of strategize like that. I didn't get very far in it though, because once I got to the spiky shell dudes, I didn't really know how to kill them. So I'm gonna figure that out, and then I'm gonna have to go back and play this one. So that'll be a lot of fun. Alright, Flash. And then lastly, we have, oh yeah, by the way, these are just the 5 games I got with the system when I bought it. So I bought it on eBay. Not gonna tell you how much and why. I got a pretty good deal on it, so, I figured. And there's another game, a rare game, a really rare game, that I'm definitely gonna be at least, talking about in a video pretty soon. It's here. The last one, Red Alarm, here's the thing, like, I only found out about the Virtual Boy through, like, James Rolfe and his review of it, so I really did at first think it was, like, a piece of shit, which, it's not, it's actually pretty good, it's a pretty cool system. But, anyway, when he reviewed this game, Red Alarm, he was like, oh yeah, there was something about, you can't really tell where you're going or whatever, and that's kind of true, because when you're flying like through and underneath because they only have 2 colors on the Virtual Boy, red and black, and they didn't like fill in the areas with red, so it's like a wireframe kind of thing. But definitely, it's like a Star Fox kind of spaceship shooter kind of thing, and it's definitely a really fun game. This is probably the one I had the most fun with on the Virtual Boy so far that I have. What I was trying to say was, you made it out to seem like it's a terrible game, just this really awful kind of shooter kind of game, but I had a lot of fun with this one. This one's actually really good, so yeah, this one definitely worth a check out if you get a Virtual Boy. Most people say you buy it for Wario Land. I wouldn't say you gotta buy it for this game, because it's just initial impression. But the Virtual Boy here, not a bad system. I think it's got definitely some potential. And the library is really limited, and that's why I bought it, because I wanted to be able to collect all the Virtual Boy games, which could happen someday, or not. The Japanese ones tend to be, some of them are $800 games, one of them which I got for a steal, which we'll talk about later. So, this boy right here, the Virtual Boy, not a bad system, it's worth a try, so definitely, the 3D effect, I can't really, I'm just one of those people, my eyes don't really do the 3D thing, so, maybe in time it'll adjust to my eyes, it's kind of the precursor to 3DS nowadays. So yeah, it's a pretty good system. It's worth a try. Definitely worth my investment. I'll be talking about it more in the future once I get more games. The Virtual Boy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my initial impressions of a lot of these games. And there's gonna be hopefully one of these every month. And now I can do that. Hopefully the games will be varied every month, and not just like the same thing again and again. If it is the same things again and again, I have to tell you different things about those games, hopefully. So, yeah, but I mean, I'm no Pete Thor. I don't have millions and millions of games. The game collection is really small at this point. Not that I don't have some cool games, it's just that, I don't have that many. But I do buy games every now and again, so I'll be showing off some cool things in the future that I've gotten now, and recently in those times, when I get cool things. And yeah, this is Jay-Z signing out.